quite big productions, like the Crown, a couple of big movies coming up, and some series on Apple TV.
Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. So what do you do full time? What do you do full time?
Full time, I'm a mom, and like so basically housewife, and part time acting, and I also work in a medical center.
Oh, medical center.
Yeah, actually, Harley Street, the cosmetics medical center. So I work in admin, where the people go to get Botox and fillers, procedures, cosmetic procedures.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Wow, Harley Street.
Thank
I used
you.
to work. I used to work in the Heart Hospital. It used to be Heart Hospital, in Westmoreland Street.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's just behind. Yeah, it's just behind
So,
Westmoreland. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, you told me you're working in St. George's Hospital.
I am at the moment. Yeah, but I used to work around that area.
Oh, that's
In
very
a Heart
good.
Hospital. Yeah,
Central
amazing,
London.
amazing. So is acting? You only started last year, but is this something that you really would like to do even when you were young or little?
Actually, yes. Because I used to watch movies, and I've always been interested in acting. So I would pretend to be an actress when I was little, and I had favorite actors and actresses, and yes, I've always been interested in acting.
Wow. Any actors or like in the family as well or
Well, my uncle in Manila, he was in theater, so he did some theater acting.
oh wow, who was that? Might be somebody I know.
Um, my uncle Sunny,
Sorry?
my uncle Sunny,
Sandy.
sorry, Sunny Garcia. So I mean, he's a painter now. So he does just like his artwork. But when he was in the university, he did like theater acting, like back when I was little.
All right. So okay, so a little bit of influence from your uncle. That's why you like to. And who actually inspired you? Who actually inspired you to pursue acting?
Um, well, actors in the movies, because I used to watch a lot of movies and TV and the Oscars. I used to always watch the Oscars when I was little, and I thought, oh, that looks really cool. You know, that I was always so interested in the acting scene.
Wow, amazing. What's the magic in acting? So because you've done acting, what do you think is the magic in acting when you do it?
To really get in the character, so to really put yourself in the character and imagine you're somebody else.
Mm.
And I enjoy doing that. So I was acting last Saturday in this kind of like gangster film we did, and so I was sort of like a gangster character, and I like gangster movies, so I really put myself in a character, and I was like another person, and it was like interesting to be somebody else.
Wow. And how did you actually took up acting lessons as well or workshops before you finally
Yeah,
went professionally?
yeah, I took acting lessons and an acting course. Actually, I took some acting lessons in Brixton. So
Okay.
I learned the Meisner technique, and in London acting school, I took a short course.
Oh wow, amazing. So how do you get into character? Because I myself I have done a little bit of stage, productions before. But how do you get into that character? Because as an actor, you're expected to play different roles, and how do you get into that zone that I'm a gangster or I'm somebody who is being oppressed, or how do you get into that one?
Well, 'cause since I've watched a lot of movies and TV series, I sort of remember. So, for example, I'm going to play a certain character. I'm going to remember a movie I watched with that kind of character. So I
Mm.
can have an idea of how to act. and how to talk, how to move. So I remember, what I've seen and base it on
Mm-hmm.
that.
Oh, I see. I remember. I think I read it somewhere that if like like a professional actor, Hollywood actor, before they take in a role, say for instance, somebody will be acting like a prostitute, like they will go into like clubs, and observe all these things. So it's like
Absolutely, yeah.
putting yourself into that situation, or if you would like to be like a certain character, you have to really go into that situation and then observe and how it feels like. So because it's more of getting that emotion in order to get that character out. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. I heard about that. Yeah, I heard some actors that they, for example, there was a disco scene, and one actor had to be a gangster in a disco scene. So he went into a disco and observed the gangsters there, how they're acting, how they're moving. Yeah, so that
Yeah,
was another example.
that will be exciting, isn't it? And what do you love? What do you
Definitely.
love most? What do you love most about acting? What do you love most about acting?
It's just exciting for me. Yeah. When I'm acting or when I'm in a movie scene or on set, I just feel energy and I feel a buzz. It's yeah, I like it. It's fun. So I guess it's my passion.
Yeah. And I suppose when you get to work with somebody who's famous, probably that would be very exciting as well.
Yeah,
Imagine working
absolutely.
with
Yeah.
somebody like Hollywood actor, even though your character is role, but you're in the same set, makes it more exciting and fun, isn't it?
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I have an example because I was in a movie last April. It hasn't come out yet. And I can't say too much about it because when you're with an agency and the movie hasn't come out yet, you can't leak too much information about the movie.
Mm.
But I can say it was shot in London, and it was in a theater, and I met
Wow.
Salma Hayek, and yeah, she was very friendly. And I said, she said hello, and there was one scene that everybody was dancing in the theater, all the supporting actors and Salma Hayek, and everybody was dancing to with music, and that was really fun.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. So what do you think what are the tough and the challenges that you encounter? I know the movie industry or the film industry, it's tough and it's very challenging. In your own experience, I know you only started last year, but what are these challenges that you have encountered so far in the industry?
Being a supporting actor, so you have to get to set really early, sometimes 7 a.m.
Hmm.
And you have to do a lot of waiting. So I would say the challenging part is the long hours because, for example, I had shifts from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. So that's a really long day,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of waiting around. So you have to at the same time you have to be you have to have a good attitude and be cooperative and do your job. Yeah, so the long hours would be the challenging part.
Wow. So I must say that I think it's fair to say that if you would like to become an actress or actor, you have to be very patient, right?
Oh
Because of
yeah,
the long
that's
waiting
true.
hours.
That's
You'll be
true.
waiting there for like I can just imagine you'll be waiting there for like 8 hours and then you're only doing like 2 hours like taping
Exactly.
or you'll be
Yeah.
only doing that for 2 hours. So yeah, I think you have to be really patient when you go into acting, right? So
Yeah.
I just would like
I,
to greet. Yep, go on, go on, go on.
no, I mean, I didn't realize how patient I was actually, like, cause I I still like doing acting, even if I have to wait so many hours. So yeah, I didn't realize I have a lot of patience.
Wow. So that's good. You discovered that you are actually a very patient person when you got into acting. Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. I just would like to greet Norman J. Burlat. Hello, Norman. Yan, my colleague at work. And we have Kuya Romeo Vite watching from the Philippines. Ayan, isa sa mga magaling na great musicians I've met here in London. But I think still in the Philippines. Hello, Kuya Romeo. Ayan. Okay. So, tell us naman about the benefits of acting, because I know that there are parents, acting class is like one of the activities that a parent can actually indulge or enroll their children in, or their child. Sometimes, after class or school, they bring them, or every weekends, either sporting activities or acting classes. So for you, as an actress, what will you say will be the benefits of a child, or somebody, even if not a child, or for somebody who would like to take acting? What benefits will they get rather than going to a sporting activity? Or they can have both, but as an actress, what are the benefits of going into acting?
You get to find out a lot about yourself with acting. So it's self discovery. So you
Mm,
develop your interpersonal skills. So I think it's really important to know yourself,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's really beneficial if you're still so young to discover yourself.
Mm,
And also you learn things that you wouldn't learn in school, or
mm,
even from other people, maybe like when I studied the Meissner technique. There was an exercise we did where all we had to do was observe the person in front of us. So there would be someone in
mm,
front of us, and the whole time we're observing them and describing how they're acting, how they're feeling, how they're moving. So that exercise was like all about another person, and you don't usually do that in day to day life.
yeah.
So you learn a lot of things that you wouldn't learn if you didn't take the acting lessons.
Wow, amazing. That's very interesting, because this is a skill that most people take for granted. That's what you said, observation. Observation, paying attention. But recently I've realized how important these skills are. Like observing, like you just staying still. People will just say, oh, you're just staying still there, you're not doing anything. But actually, that skill of observation is very important and critical. We can apply it in our daily life, because that's what you said, with observing somebody alone, or not just person, even event, or anything that you can observe, you can learn a lot of things through observation
Yeah,
only. Yeah, and paying attention.
definitely.
You
Yeah,
will
yeah.
pick
That's
up all those
interesting.
critical things. So I'm glad you mentioned that one. That just by observing somebody, you will learn a lot from them. And I just for the benefit of those who doesn't really know, I've come across this. This type of acting. There's something that you call method acting. There's something that you call instinctive acting. Because when I was in Philippine Theater UK before, this is what our director was teaching us. Method acting and instinctive acting. Have you come across this? And if you have, can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, method acting. Well, I learned the Meissner technique of acting, so it's a bit different. But I know a bit about method acting. So you have to dig out your emotions,
Mm.
so your past emotions, and use it accordingly for the scene.
Oh, okay.
So you have to, I guess, when you're acting, feel the emotions of the person that you're playing character. It's about using your past experiences, to so you know how to act in certain situations.
Wow, amazing. So for somebody who's broken-hearted, and then to play a scene that is like who was being left by somebody they love, I think they can actually be able to portray the role effectively because they have that within them that they can use the emotion that they felt before and use it in the scene, right? Is that
Yeah,
what you're trying to say?
definitely. I think all actors do that. They all use that kind of technique. So yeah,
Mm.
that's really interesting. Also, when you see actors do really emotional scenes, they
Mm.
must have like felt those sort of emotions in the past. Like all of us have the same emotions,
Yeah, yeah.
and so we know how to act out certain emotions.
Wow, amazing. But I also admire those actors that you always see them particularly in movies like drama or action, and then suddenly you'll put them into like a comedy, and then they can still deliver. It
Yeah,
must be
that's
difficult,
true.
like,
Like I saw Al Pacino. He was in a comedy.
yeah,
I forgot the name, but like he's usually a gangster in the movies. Like Al Pacino was always a gangster, like in Godfather,
yeah,
Scarface,
yeah.
and then like when he got old, he started doing a few comedies.
Yes. Amazing.